Hello, hello, my peoples. It's Monday. It's 8:30, and it is time once again to Conversations with Teresa. I'm your host, Teresa Aline, as well as your midlife mentor. And tonight we got sort of a different subject going on. We're always talking about menopause, perimenopause, and things like that. Tonight, we're diving into a topic that is actually more overlooked and less spoken about than perimenopause or menopause. It's called andropause, often equated with the male version of menopause. Although some of the symptoms are the same, men cannot go through menopause as we know it. So, the reason why is because meno comes from the Greek word menos, which means month, and it refers to the monthly period. In the menopause, um, that's when the monthly period stops, hence the pause. Now, without a doubt, us women go through some stuff. We've got some feelings, but men go through some stuff of their own. They have their own version of hormonal changes too. And that's where we get the word andropause. The word andro comes from the Greek word andros. I think I'm saying that right. And the pause is kind of a play on menopause. Um, it's not quite a pause like the sudden stop that women has, but it is a change. We'll put it that way. So, unlike women who experience a more sudden drop in hormones and it has all of our feelings and emotions and heat going crazy, men go through a gradual decline in testosterone. It's usually starting around age 30 to 40, and it continues. I think I've read somewhere up until like their 70s. So, we tend to, as women, we'll feel it, anywhere from 2 years to 10 years. And it's so sudden, but the men, super gradual. You may not even know that it's happening. That's how gradual it is. So, let's talk about what does it look like in real life to be experiencing this, men. Here are some of the common symptoms that you may be experiencing. Perhaps feeling more tired than usual, mood swings, irritability, low libido or changes in sexual performance, loss of muscle mass or strength, trouble sleeping, or maybe your sleep quality changes, difficulty concentrating, or brain fog. Does this sound familiar? Yeah. These symptoms can mirror what many women experience during perimenopause, and yet men rarely get the same kind of attention or support, recognition, or anything. I mean, how many of you guys knew of that word, andropause? So, what exactly is happening inside our men folk? Let's talk about that. Testosterone is a hormone that plays a key role in the energy, your mood, your muscle mass, all the different things that we talked about. As men age, their bodies produce less of it. While this is completely natural, the speed and the severity of the decline can vary widely depending on a few things, which we'll talk about in just a minute. So, not unlike women experiencing the menopause journey, men of color may experience andropause differently. Research actually shows that while testosterone levels decline in all men, things like access to healthcare, the stress from inequalities that we've experienced, and cultural attitudes toward health can all influence how symptoms are noticed, treated, and even brought up and talked about. In many communities, men are told to tough it out, be a man, don't go to a doctor, you don't need a doctor. That silence can delay your care, it can worsen the symptoms, and leave you feeling so alone. Again, I don't know how many of you guys are really talking about, these particular things in your men groups. Maybe you are, I don't know. I'm not there, but I hope that you are. So having these type of conversations, not only on this platform, but just with your family, with your friends, with the menfolk that you're hanging around, it's so important. It really does matter. You matter. You matter to yourself, you matter to your family, you absolutely and certainly matter to me. So don't hesitate to talk about what you might be feeling. And if it's not for you, then do it for those who love you and are concerned for you. Please, please, please go see your doctor, all right? All right. So now I want to talk a little bit about what influences how fast or slow testosterone levels decline, because your habits have power. All right. So we'll talk about some of the things that speeds it up. Things like chronic stress. You're always stressed out. Your cortisol levels interfere with testosterone. Poor sleep, we talked about that a little bit. Excess body fat. The more fat, it means more testosterone gets converted to estrogen. Alcohol and drug use. Alcohol, I can say that right. Alcohol and drug use. So these things, they impair hormone production just overall. Okay. There are a few more things. Lack of exercise, being being still, basically. That lifestyle equals less testosterone. Certain medications can also interfere: opioids, steroids, even some antidepressants. Toxins, plastics, pesticides, and heavy metals disrupt hormones. And chronic illness like diabetes or untreated sleep apnea. All of these things absolutely have an impact. And so, what can slow down this process? You guess it, it's all the opposite things. So, get some regular exercise, especially strength training. Um, and the eight hit, I forget, high intensity, I can't think of what the other I stands for, training. That's really important to be able to do that. Balanced nutrition, think about lean proteins, healthy fats, whole foods, and rest. 7 to 9 hours sleep is so important. Consistent, restful sleep is so key. Stress management, prayer, meditation, nature walks, all that counts. All right. Limiting your alcohol, quit smoking if you smoke, avoid plastics and chemicals where possible. Those things are super, super important. And then, most important, because I'm not a doctor, I say that all the time: routine health checkups. Stay informed about what's happening to your body. That is so, so important. All right. So, um, I feel somebody's saying something. I can't read it on there. I'll get back to it. Oh, uh, restful sleep is key. Yes, absolutely. The restful part. So you could like sit around on your couch all day, right? But that's not necessarily the restful sleep. That rest, like that REM rest, super, super important. Thank you so much for that comment. So I'm sure my brothers out there, you want to feel your best, you want to have more energy, you want to be in a great mood, and you want to have confidence in your body again. And all that stuff is possible. Those are some of the natural ways. Just being able to take care of our bodies. But some men's the lifestyle changes aren't quite enough, and that's okay. Testosterone replacement therapy, also called TRT, is one option, and it's available as gels and patches and injections. And a doctor can help determine what's appropriate for you. But it's not a one size fits all. It's important to get blood work, talk through your symptoms, and look at the full picture before jumping in and saying, "Oh, I need, this treatment," or anything like that. Again, talk to your doctor and let them know what is going on so that they can have that full picture. So, I know I just dropped a lot of information, a heavy load on some of you, but I'm more hoping that I've freed you up to be able to name what you may have been feeling. It may not be in your head, it may not all be in your head anyway. As I said before, consult your doctor, bring up your concerns. The women in your life want you living your best life for you and for us. We will support you. You do not have to live in silence. So, just like women are learning to embrace perimenopause with more knowledge and community, men deserve the same grace, understanding, and support. You are not alone, and this is midlife shift. This is a midlife shift for you. It's not a downfall, it's just a change. It's time to recalibrate, you can refocus, and you can thrive in a whole new way, especially with knowledge. If you know what's going on, then you can actually address what's going on. All right. So that's actually it for me. Again, I know that I shared a lot, but if you need some help with this, by all means, feel free to reach out. All the ways of contacting me are on my website. And if you haven't already, please like, subscribe to my channel, and be sure to tell a friend. That is super, super important. The more that this message or these messages get out, the better we all are. All right. So it has been wonderful sharing this time with you. And I just want to encourage you to continue having a great evening. It's still fairly early. My bedtime is 9:30. I tell you guys that all the time. But maybe you're hanging out a little bit. Make sure you're still getting that sleep that we talked about. All right, 7 to 9 hours. It's super, 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 super important. All right. So thanks for joining me tonight with Conversations with Teresa. And I look forward to seeing you guys next week, same time, same place. Peace out.